Hey, what's up? So last night was the premiere of Thunderbolts, the newest addition to the Marvel franchise, I guess. Uh, yeah, I was really, really surprised how much I like this movie. First off, as you can see, the Rotten Tomato scores are like crazy right now. I think this is like the third highest rated Marvel movie, like the day of its release ever, which is crazy that Thunderbolts was able to have that sauce to do it. But we'll go back like maybe 4 or 5 years when this movie got announced. I'm gonna be honest, I could have cared less. Like, I've read like maybe one or two comics about Thunderbolts, and the main characters that were in that Thunderbolts comics, most of them weren't even like in this movie. So to me, I couldn't care less because the only Thunderbolts comics I read wasn't even going to be the movie adaptation. So 4 years ago, I forgot about it. And honestly, at one point, we didn't hear anything about it for so long, I figured it was just not being made. So yeah, that was just like my thought process going into like the movies and all that stuff about Thunderbolts. Well, then I think it was 7 or 8 months ago. Yeah, I think it was 8 months ago when the first trailer released, and my mindset completely changed about this movie. That trailer was so good. It looked like a Marvel movie that like actually cared about the movie and not about making money. Because if we're being honest, I don't think this movie is gonna make a lot of money. It was a good movie. Like, it was a really good movie, but it's Thunderbolts. It's not like the Avengers. Like, the Avengers has that name that just gets people in seats. Like, Deadpool and Wolverine was not the greatest movie, but like it was so funny and it had good characters that it made so much money just because the Deadpool and Wolverine IP. The Thunderbolts, well, I mean, you got Bucky. Bucky's a really big character. He's been in every single phase from phase 1 through 5, but that's about all. Like, nobody else in there. People don't really care about anybody else in there. Anyways, uh so yeah, me and my buddy PJ went and watched it last night, opening day, and we were pleasantly surprised. I was going into this movie though with pretty high hopes because seeing all the reviews and stuff, I I was expecting just a really really great movie, and that's what I got. I think I rated this movie like an 8 out of 10. I was looking back on my Captain America: Brave New World rating, and I said that was like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. I think it was just recency bias because the more I think about it, I think that movie is like a 6.5, 7 out of 10. It's still alright, but it's like nothing special. I would put it like a 6.5, 7 out of 10 range. This is an easy 8 out of 10, maybe even 8.5. Like, this is a banger of a movie. Um, yeah, I mean, I can't really think of many negatives about this movie. There's like one big negative I have with this movie, and me and my buddy like both agreed on it, but we'll get into that later. So for now, sorry, something in my eye. For now, spoilers. Like, I'm not gonna try to talk about it without spoilers because a lot of these movies nowadays you can't really talk about anything without getting into spoilers. That's just how they are. So spoilers for anybody who cares about that, but the start of the movie was pretty cool. Florence Pugh, by the way, is an amazing actress. She played her role perfectly. Like, she is the perfect Yelena. Like, I really can't imagine another actor being that new Black Widow that we got because she is just perfect for it. And of course, like, Ghost, I was I've always been pretty high on Ghost. I actually really liked her in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't like that movie a lot, but I really liked Ghost in there. I thought her powers were cool. She was sick in this movie. I mean, she had good one-liners. She was useful. Like, she was cool. I mean, of course, Bucky. You can't go wrong with Bucky. He's just awesome. Red Guardian's funny. He's like one of the funniest characters we have in the MCU right now. He's every time he talked, I was laughing, as well as U.S. Agent. I wish I made reviews back when Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out because as I was watching it and seeing people literally give death threats to the actor of the fake Captain America, I thought that was wild because I loved U.S. Agent the fake Captain America throughout the whole series. He was like one of my favorite characters. I never once hated him. I thought he played that part perfectly. So going into this movie, I was really looking forward to seeing him, and me personally, he was the MVP of this movie. He didn't do anything too special. Like, sorry about that, my computer keeps shutting off. I don't know why it does that. Anyways, he didn't like do anything crazy. Like, he wasn't 1v1ing Sentry, which we'll get into Sentry later, but yeah, he was just, his one-liners were good, his background was good, the reason why he wanted to be there was good, but yeah, I mean, that's basically the basis of all these characters. So, which is actually pretty interesting. The beginning of the movie's really, really smart. I never really thought about that's how they're going to get them together, but basically, I can't think of her name. I don't much care for it, but like, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Valentina. Yeah, Valentina. Basically, she like ordered Yelena to go kill Ghost, and ordered Ghost to go kill Taskmaster, and ordered Taskmaster to go kill U.S. Agent, and U.S. Agent to go kill Yelena, and they all were ordered individually to go kill each other in this building, and they didn't know they each were ordered, so they all kind of met up and like, hey, I'm killing you. And the other one was like, no, I don't care about you, but I'm killing this person. And it was just pretty cool to see. And my favorite part is Taskmaster got capped in the first 10 minutes. Thank the Lord. I hated that character. Taskmaster is like a really fun villain. I watched the Spider-Man shows when I was younger, and Taskmaster being in it was awesome. Taskmaster being some like brainwashed Black Widow, I guess, I don't remember the story, was just not cool. Like, Taskmaster is just that guy that is just smart, and he can just copy your fighting style, not some brainwashed robot, basically. I hated that. So I'm glad she got capped in the first 10 minutes. Ghost, MVP of the movie for capping her. Spoilers. Anyways, so they figure out that, like, hey, Valentina put us all together, or Valentina wanted all of us to kill each other here because we're loose ends, yada, yada, yada. So they kind of end up working together to get out of that place, and then that's when we meet Sentry, or Bob. Bob was basically in like a cocoon type thing. He was like in a box where they were like storing test subjects, and he like, the box like fell over when Yelena hit it, and it opened up and Bob came out. And that's when we got introduced to Bob, which, by the way, Bob is like one of my favorite characters of this movie. Like, every time he talked, I was just listening. It was funny. It was good. Yeah, I definitely love what they did with Sentry. But, that being said, Sentry is also one of my big problems with this movie. We'll get into that later. So, they kind of just, like, meet up, whatever, and then they manage to escape. Yelena, U.S. Agent, and Ghost, they manage to escape. So they're walking through the desert, blah, 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 and then Red Guardian, like, finds him because he has his own limo service, and for some reason he just knows where they're at, which is kind of weird, but I didn't mind because Red Guardian. So they all hop in the limo, and they're driving, and a bunch of the members that, like, Valentina called in to, like, kill them are, like, fighting them or trying to shoot them and blow up their car and all that stuff, and that's where we meet Bucky. Bucky comes and kind of saves the day because he he blows up all the cars, but then he ends up blowing up the limo, and then he captures all of the Thunderbolts, and then that's when we have them all together at one point in the next scene. They're all like in an abandoned gas station. So that's kind of where the movie like really gets rolling with the Thunderbolts. So then they like all figure out that Valentina is like using Bob to turn him into Sentry / the Void. So then they all go to Stark Tower, which has not been addressed till now. Valentina, of course, owns Stark Tower. You've seen that in the trailers, blah, blah, blah. They go to the tower, and they talk to Valentina, like, hey, you can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when we see Sentry, first appearance, comic book accurate, yellow suit, blue cape, long blonde hair, like, perfect Sentry. I could not have asked for anything better. He, like, probably the best looking character I've seen since, like, Deadpool and Wolverine's costumes. But, like, after Deadpool and Wolverine, I don't remember a character that's looked better than Sentry. I love his look. And they did Sentry justice. He was a force to be reckoned with. Like, nobody could even touch him. He is just a monster. Like, obviously, they were going to nerf him, but, like, they didn't really nerf Sentry. They ended up just nerfing the Void. Like, Sentry was... Me personally, that Sentry could take on any live-action Superman. I was talking to PJ about that, my buddy, and I'm like, I don't think Superman touches this Sentry. Because I didn't know this, but Sentry has, like, all sorts of powers. Like, he was holding his hand out and he was stopping bullets and throwing them back. Like, he was picking up people, basically, and throwing them. Like, I thought Sentry was just Superman. He was just super strong and had, like, laser powers, or like the powers that come out of his chest or whatever. I thought he was just like a super strong guy that can fly. No, this dude has telekinesis. He's super fast. He's super strong. He can fly, and he's got the Void. So yeah, I think Sentry can whoop any live action Superman. But anyways, that being said though, this is where my big gripe of the movie comes out, because Sentry is in it, like Sentry himself, like the costume, yellow costume and all that, is in it for literally 2 minutes. Like, he was in it for as long as, or probably not even as long as Hulk was in Captain America Brave New World. Like, he was barely in it. And then they end up using some device that they planted in his head, and they like blew him up. But like, they didn't blow him up. They just thought they did, and they killed Sentry. Well, when they did that, that's of course when the Void comes out, and then you see the Void in the trailer. And then that's what we get the rest of the movie, is just them fighting the Void. But yeah, that was my big gripe, is that Sentry just wasn't... He was in the movie, and when he was in the movie, he was good. Like, they did Sentry perfect, but he was only in the movie for like 2 minutes. I wanted like 20 minutes of Sentry. I wanted them... Yeah, which I guess they really couldn't have, because he knew that he was doing something wrong when he was fighting the Thunderbolts. So that's why he quit and he didn't kill them. Because Sentry's a good guy. Like, he has good morals. He's a good dude. But the Void is, like, bad. So, yeah, I'm glad they didn't, like, keep him around and he didn't end up killing anybody. But I love Sentry, so I wish he was just in it a little bit longer. So then we get to the Void. And, of course, we all knew this was going to happen. But they beat him with an internal battle. Just Sentry fighting the Void internally. And it was pretty cool. I really liked the ending. How they all came together and hugged Sentry, letting him know that he's not alone, because that's what the Void is just him showing that he has nobody else. It's just an emptiness inside of him. I thought it was pretty good. I really liked the ending. I didn't think they really nerfed him. I mean, he literally took up, like, all of New York died right there. He literally killed all of New York for, like, 10 minutes. But then once they come back to, he comes back and he kind of forgets all the Sentry and Void memories. And then Valentina's out there and she lures them into a press conference, and that's where the movie ends. The last thing she says is, let me introduce you to the new Avengers, and then the movie ends. So I was shocked. I did not see that coming. I knew they were going to get called something because of the asterisk, and that just means their name was like set to change. But yeah, I was shocked. I didn't think that was how that was going to go down. But so far the movie, like it's good. I might even go back and watch it again because it was a really good movie and I really loved it. The post-credit scene was probably the best post-credit scene we've ever got. One thing about this movie that they did really good was they tied this movie well to the rest of the MCU. Like, every movie has felt like its own project. In this one, they talked about Captain America Brave New World. They're talking about Doomsday at the end. Like, they are setting up everything, and it's well done. So anyways, the post-credit scene is 14 months later. All the new Avengers are chilling in the new Avengers Tower. They're talking to Sentry, asking him why he's not helping, and Sentry's like, Bob, I guess. Bob's like, well, if I bring the Sentry out, then the Void's got to come too. It's like a one-on-one deal, so I'm staying home. And then he has a funny line where, I have all the dishes clean, though, because obviously you can't go out and be the Sentry without the Void coming out. We don't want the Void back. So that happens, and then they get a satellite image of something from space, and what do you know? It was a Fantastic Four ship. So, and then the movie ends. I personally don't know how I feel about the Fantastic Four ship being like mentioned right there, because my theory, and this is like, I guess you can consider it spoilers, but like the movie hasn't even came out yet, but my theory for Fantastic Four is that their world's just gonna blow up. Like Galactus is gonna blow up their world, and they're gonna have to come to ours and like try to save their world or something. But their world's gonna be gone. Like it's just gonna be no more. And this kind of confirms that's just how it's gonna end. Because why would you be going to another world if you saved yours? You know. So that definitely kind of ruined some of Fantastic Four, but not really. I'm still hyped for Fantastic Four. But all in all, Thunderbolts was an amazing movie. I recommend you go watch it. It was definitely, it's probably the best movie we've got since Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I can't really think of a better movie, or 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I can't think of a better movie we've got since then. Maybe I'm blanking on one, but like Deadpool Wolverine isn't near as good as this movie. I love Deadpool Wolverine. It's a good movie in my eyes, but like this movie's just amazing. Anyways, yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.